Path of Titans modding is set for an exciting year in 2025. But of course, what can you be excited for? Here are 10 upcoming mods that you should be excited for Path of Titans. But without further ado, let's get right into it. We're starting this off with the least developed mod on this list, but one I think is absolutely badass and I'm very excited for myself. This is the Malegantus, and it's looking to be the second mod, technically the fourth mod for the Ignis group. For those who don't know, it's an offshoot of the Primordial Tyrants mod group that focuses on dragons. They already have the Noviana and the Ophis released at the moment, and they're working on their Pioneer mod, which will be the Bristlewing. This one, the Malegantus, will be after that, number 4. This is a flightless dragon, however, and will be designed with one task in mind: punching its opponents to death. It has one of the most badass designs that I have seen, and will offer something completely fresh. Much like the Noviana and the Ophis, however, this will be land dwelling and will not be able to fly. We've seen its concept art, but equally the creators have started working on the model, and I can see that once the Bristlewing is completed, this will be the next dragon on the chopping block for the Ignis mod. The Isle of Asylum Wolf is returning to Path of Titans, and I know damn well this is something a lot of people will be excited for. If you are unfamiliar with the Isle of Asylum team, back when modding first released into Path of Titans, they released some familiar mods like the giraffe, the horse, and of course the wolf. And they still have mods in game at the moment, namely the Isle of Asylum skin mods that you'll see dotted around, especially with the horrifying Barney Rex. The wolf was recently teased in and around the Path of Titans community, whether that's in the game's Facebook group or in the Isle of Asylum Discord server itself. The wolf is coming back, and so is the horse as well, but we're not talking about the horse today. This was announced in Christmas, that due to the long absence of the mod, it is now being pushed back into the testing phase. This is currently in a similar position to how it was before, but it will be getting more abilities and stuff to do with it as time goes on. And this has only started since roughly Christmas time, as I would say, so there it is. The wolf is returning to Path of Titans, a cult classic, something that I'm very excited for, and I know damn well a lot of people will be as well. There are a lot of Carcharodontosaurids in Path of Titans, but this Carcharodontosaurus mod made by El Reptiliano might just be the pinnacle of them all. This massive carnivore is set to have 12 species, with a variety of them being based off other Carcharodontosaurids like a previously teased Tyrannotitan species. This is going to once again be a heavy bleeder, much like a lot of Carcharodontosaurids in the game as well. But really what sets this apart is the model, an insanely beautiful model as well. It's so detailed and well put together and is gorgeous. Set to have a vast array of different subspecies for you to choose from and a lot of variety to customize for this dinosaur as well, making it highly customizable as a mega theropod in the game. This is being worked on by a large team, with Wrath of the Goliaths and El Reptiliano working together to help bring this to life, as well as a whole host of others working on various other stuff for the mod as well. Moving into number 7, we have one of the smallest creatures to come to the game, rivaling that of the Compsognathus mod and made by the same modding team, Divine Beasts. This is the Hellscaraptor, and it's set to be a brand new semi-aquatic herbivore to come to the game, a tiny one at that. This cute little fellow is like a little fluffy prehistoric goose, with its lifestyle being in the waterways of the game, fishing, eating, lakeweed and stuff like that. But that isn't all. Aside from it being cute, small and fluffy, the creators of the mod want to bring a conceptual gliding system with it as well. Now of course, the gliding system isn't exactly promised for this mod, but the original teasers, show it on this mod. The creators of it did say they are not sure if it will be used on the Hellscaraptor, but it is a good test and a proof of concept for the mod. They then asked people if they wanted it on the Hellscaraptor, so depending if a lot of people said yes and it's in high demand, we might actually see it on the Hellscaraptor itself. Regardless, as I've said, this is made by the Divine Beast team, and it's definitely something you should be excited for. The next one, however, is something you'll probably likely be moderately scared of. Do you like spiders? Specifically massive ones. Well, if you're like me and you panic seeing a big spider run at you at Mach 1, you may love and hate this mod. This is the Giga Arachne made by the Exargilla team, specifically Rogue Terror, a further addition to Rogue Terror's giant bugs, considering last year we saw the addition of the giant ant, something that was fairly popular among the community. The next bug is the giant spider, and maybe we could even see it release this year. This is currently undergoing a rework as the original model, the giant tarantula that was first teased, seems to be transitioning into something else, a little less scary, like this adorable little jumping spider, but if it was absolutely massive. While of course the spider is exciting, however it is important to know that this will likely not be the next set of mods from Rogue Terror to release, as he's currently working on the terrible duo, which is the Leviathan and the Imperius. But you best believe once this is added to the game, a whole new feeling of terror will be bestowed upon us all. Have you ever wanted to play as one of the biggest ichthyosaurs to ever exist? I'm talking if you got your Rhinoceros and made it big and fat. This is Himalayasaurus, and this is being made by the Arazoa community, which is one of the biggest ichthyosaurs to ever exist. This sits in the family which is Shastasauridae, which is full of other massive ichthyosaurs as well. I'm talking Shastasaurus and Shonisaurus, two absolute behemoths of their time, and Himalayasaurus is no pushover either. This is going to be similar size, if not a little bit longer, than the same mod in the group, which is Leviathan, which is their recently released massive whale. And this has already been teased with numerous screenshots in-game as well. While of course we don't know exactly what the mod itself will include, we can definitely agree that this thing will add more life to the ocean, something the oceans desperately need, and will likely become a namesake for the aquatic realms as well. A very exciting, massive ichthyosaur for the game. The first fire-breathing dragon to come to Path of Titans will likely be the Bristlewing. I know we have spoke about Ignis mods before, but this is their pioneer for their proper dragons. We have had the Noviana and Ophis released before, which is two more Drake-like creatures, but this will be the crown jewel, the originally teased Ignis mod, the Bristlewing, a massive dragon, a flying dragon that will be able to breathe fire as per teasers showcased to us by its developers. This is a mod that is currently halfway in its development cycle, with 33 out of the 55 tasks completed, and as far as fantasy creatures go, this one you know will be in good hands, being made by the same people who make the Primordial Tyrants mods, which is Kelskora and Nautilus and their whole modding team. This will be their third mod from the Ignis group, their first proper dragon, their first fire-breathing dragon at that, and a lot has already been teased for it, like lots of emotes, the baby model and skin, all the free subspecies for the mod, and even more. It's almost as if this is going to be included in an upcoming mod news video where I do a proper deep dive into everything they've teased. This is heating up in its development as well, so maybe we might see this in the not so distant future. The first semi-aquatic ceratopsian mod to come to Path of Titans is the Argophalmus, made by the Absentia community. You know that badass Acrocanthosaurus mod that's currently in the game? It's the same modding group that are making this. The Argophalmus is one of the mods I'm personally most excited for, and the most incredible thing about this might be the closest to releasing out of any of the mods on this list. The Argophalmus, although is a dubious ceratopsian, which has actually proven to be a very good choice for the Absentia folks because it has allowed them to have an insane amount of creative liberty when designing this beast. It looks like something from the Victorian age. This is planned to have a highly adapted semi-aquatic lifestyle, as well as it being able to be a literal tank of a dinosaur, proving that with 32 abilities for you to choose from, like Swampfoot, Tsunami Stomp, Widowmaker, and Victorian's Viger, to name a few. At the time this releases, this may be the most exciting ceratopsian in the game, but you know what else is quite exciting? The Wrath of the Goliaths, Spinosaurus, is a fresh look on the Spinosaurus in Path of Titans, a brand new modded creature that introduces the quadrupedal Spinosaurus as well, of course, as the ability to stance Switch. This unfortunately is quite far away at the moment and is very likely to be quite far down in the pecking order of mods that are being worked on for the Wrath of the Goliaths team, as it's technically just being teased as in development or classed as in development. We don't even know any progress on this mod, and there's a lot to come before it as well. Nevertheless, this has gained notoriety, with it being a fantastic alternative to the current in-game Spinosaurus, while not sacrificing its size or likely its prowess. This introduces the aforementioned quadrupedal Spinosaurus to the scene, as well as an insanely detailed model, which we've seen a lot of lately. This is something that we don't know too much about, sadly, aside from the fact that it will have stance switching, their gorgeous skins that were shown for it, and a highly detailed model as well, as per standard with the Wrath of the Goliaths team. I think number one had to be this. The Titanoboa is another upcoming mod that is quite far down in its team's pecking order, but is highly anticipated amongst the community. Hype that's only gotten bigger and bigger since the arrival of Paleophis into Beasts of Bermuda. This is being made by the Divine Beast team, a team that is known for pushing the boundaries with mods in Path of Titans, bringing in stuff like night vision, echolocation, and other new to the game mechanics, and they won't be doing any different here. They've said that this will likely be able to suffocate its opponents, but equally they want to push the boundaries of Path of Titans with this one, and that's what they are aiming to develop. Going on to say that things not being in the game is not an end-all be-all. The game is built on Unreal Engine, meaning the only limit there really is the limits of the engine and what I am able to create system-wise. The movement I have conceptualized with a marketplace Anaconda because of the findings I did when experimenting. I'm confident of the land movement. The movement in the water was never a problem either. So this may take a while, but it is going to be an incredible mod that breaks the boundaries when it does release, and that's why that is number one on this list. One, it's a giant snake, and a lot of people have been asking for Titanoboa, whether that's across many dinosaur games for a long time, and two, this one is going to break the boundaries of Path of Titans and Path of Titans modding. But of course, that's my top 10 mods that you should be excited for Path of Titans in the future. That's the list. Let me know what your upcoming list is. What are you most excited for in the comments down below? Or maybe if there was anything I missed out, let me know as well. Of course, I hope you enjoyed. If you are new, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.